Hey everybody, it's Pastor Brandon from Calvary Chapel of Lafayette, and today we're going to talk about our speech. If you have your Bibles, go ahead and grab them, and we're going to open up to chapter 8 of Proverbs, and we're going to go through verses 6 through 9 today. It has been said that a man will speak up to 25,000 words a day. And a woman may speak over 30,000 words a day. Now, this is telling me that we as people like to speak, that we like to talk and we like to be heard. But I'm going to tell you what James tells us in chapter 1 of the book of James and verse 19. And he says, "So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath." And that's exactly what we need to be. It has been said that a wise man will speak only when he has something to say. But it also been said that a fool will speak just because he has something to say. So we know the fool likes to run his mouth and often get himself in trouble because he speaks too much. So let's be like the wise man and calculate what we say, when we say things and how we say things, because it's not necessarily about the quantity of our words and speech, but it's about the quality of the words that come out of our mouth and when it comes out of our mouth. Now, we just talked about James saying that we need to be swift to hear and slow to speak, because God gave us 2 ears. He might want us to listen a little bit more than we speak. So be like the wise man and speak only when you have something significant to say. So we're going to start in verse 6 today, and we're going to go through verse 9 in chapter 8, and I'm going to start off by reading it, and it says, "Listen, for I will speak of excellent things." So wisdom will have excellent things to say, and from the opening of my lips will come right things. In verse 7 it says, "For my mouth will speak truth. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips." Verse 8, "All the words of my mouth are with righteousness. Nothing crooked and perverse is in them." In verse 9, they are all plain to him who understands, and right to those who find knowledge. So we just talked about James telling us to listen more, to be swift to hear. So we must listen for wisdom, and we must listen to what she speaks. She says she speaks excellent things. She says when she opens her mouth, she speaks the right things. And in verse 7, she says that she speaks the truth. How many lies are we hearing today on the TV and on the internet and in the radio and on the music we listen to and the movies we watch? We hear tons of lies from fools. But if we listen to wisdom, we will get the truth. And it tells us that wisdom does not have wickedness that comes from her lips, that the wickedness that is out there is an abomination to her, and it should be an abomination to us as well. We should not speak wickedness from our mouths. Our mouths should be used to be blessing people and to give a word of love and knowledge to people, but not to curse and to tear down. Ephesians 4:29 tells us, it says, "Let not corrupt words proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers." So we should speak words that edify and build up others and not tear them down. We should have no profanity coming out of our mouths. We should have no negativity coming out of our mouth, but we should speak that which is love and speech that is building up, edifying the person that we are talking to. Speak what is good and do not speak what is evil. There is so much foolishness and corruption already in this world as we watch the movies we watch, and we listen to music that we may listen to, and we see the politicians on TV, especially this time of year as an election's coming up, and we hear all the foolishness and lies and corruption and tearing down of others, that we as believers should rise above that and speak life and speak love and speak liberty and freedom into someone, and to be able to build them up and edify them. We don't need to add to the foolish speech, because foolish speech is abundant in our society today. And as believers, we should put away the foolish talk and speak wisdom. And in verse 9, we're going to recover that again. It says, they are all plain to him who understands. For those who understand wisdom and understand what wisdom is doing, it is easy to understand, and it is plain to us what wisdom is doing. And then it says, and right to those who find knowledge. It tells us that those who find knowledge and understand it will speak with wisdom, and not like the fool who rambles on and on. If you're speaking like a fool, and you use many words, and maybe even some profanity comes out of your mouth as well, confess it as your sin. Ask the Lord to forgive you for speaking as a fool. Change your speech to be a blessing and not a curse. And speak love, not hate. And by doing this, you'll be walking in the wisdom of God. Remember, those who are wise will speak only when they have something to say. But the fool will speak just because he wants to say something. So take that into consideration. I hope this message blessed you today. Remember, we still have Wednesday service at Calvary Chapel of Lafayette, 6:30. We're going to be finishing up 2nd Chronicles this Wednesday. And we're going to still be in the book of Exodus, the new series that we started on Sunday at 10:30. So I'm hoping you'll be able to come out and be with us and worship with us. And I hope you have a great week. I hope the rest of your week is blessed by God. And remember to speak like the wise man and not the fool. God bless y'all.